Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Talkmen Tuesday. Sword Angel back at it again. Sawyer, I'm just going to go off with like a straight question. March Madness pick. Go. Winner. Overall.
Texas.
Ah! With that being said, we're going to roll the intro.
Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah. Tuesday. Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah.
I don't know why I said Texas. I have Alabama winning in like all of my brackets. Texas just gave them up for some reason. I have them winning in one of my brackets, but I'm sticking with it. This podcast, I am a Texas supporter.
Texas. What, your brackets say Alabama?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alabama's that good right now?
They're the number one overall seed.
Oh, dang! I do not follow college basketball.
Yeah, it's Alabama is the number one seed. Like overall. So it's Alabama. Houston is the number two.
Purdue's
the number
3.
Yeah, no, Purdue's number 4.
Ah,
I forgot who's the other number one seed. Kansas, maybe. Or maybe Kansas is a 2. But I know that Alabama's the number 1, and then Purdue's the number 4. Because Gonzaga's a 3. People have them winning.
Alabama, Kansas,
Oh, Kansas was the other one.
Houston, Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Woo! So, yeah, I mean, Purdue, we've got a good first game. I am nervous about our second game because we will most likely... So we play the winner of Memphis or Florida Atlantic University. I hope it's an 8 against a 9. I hope Florida Atlantic wins because Memphis is a team that likes to do a lot of full court press, and that is something that Purdue has struggled against. And so if we play them, then it's going to be a tough game. We'll have a lot of turnovers. But I think that this is going to be a very upsetty type of March Madness. I think that there's no crazy team that's going to blow everybody out of the water like there sometimes usually is. I feel like there's a lot of anybody can win these games.
Mm-hmm. I'll just go agree with yes because I don't follow it along that well.
Yeah. One of the big things that just happened is so out of the Big Ten, Rutgers, they were like projected to make it into the tournament, but they didn't. They were one of like the teams that are called like you missed it by like so close, and so they barely didn't make it, and so then they played in the NIT tournament, which is like the second tier tournament, and their game just got over and they lost, and they were a number 1 seed. So like, I'm very happy about that because when Purdue played them in the Big Ten tournament, they were whining like the entire time about things, and so I was very happy to see that they lost at home as a number 1 seed in the secondary tournament.
Ooh, I didn't even know there was a secondary tournament.
Yeah, so it's called the NIT. I don't know what it stands for, but it's for like the teams that don't make it into the March Madness tournament. They go into that tournament. But like you don't have to do it. Like North Carolina, they didn't make it into the main tournament, and so they said that we're not going to play in the NIT tournament. So they passed on playing because they're. I mean, in reality, it's like if you're a school like that, if you go into it, you should win it. And it's like you've got nothing to really gain essentially from that. Because like if you win it, good, you should have won it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't that team? They made it to the championship last year.
Yeah,
didn't even make it to the.
Didn't even make it into the tournament.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of like the Warriors when they went like to the top and then boom, fell off. Everybody still was so angry at them for that last season. People are out for vengeance. Like, we don't care, we're winning it for so much. They kicked our butt all last season. Oh, that was crazy.
They're doing pretty good this year, though, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so. Now with Stephen Curry back, it's more highlight reels. Those highlight reels of Stephen Curry, those are just insane.
Well, I think last game, Klay Thompson had like 33 points in the first half or something absolutely ridiculous. He had something like that.
And then Lakers are doing pretty good too without LeBron. Oh,
yeah. Do they have a chance of making it into the tournament?
I have no idea. Let me Google it.
Because I think there was a couple of podcasts ago and we talked about who do we think is going to win it, and then you said the Lakers.
I googled Lakers playoff chances, and the first thing that pops up goes, Lakers have a 50% chance of making the playoffs and a 1% chance of winning the NBA Finals.
Hey, all they need is to make the playoffs. Step one game at a time.
That is from projects.538.com.
Oh, it's a very trustworthy source.
It's like, it doesn't even, like, I don't even need to go into the website or anything. It just pops up that line.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, man. If they make it to the playoffs, 4% chance of winning the NBA Finals. I still believe in them. LeBron can make things happen.
Wait, look up what the Chicago Bulls have. It's probably going to say 0. 0% chance.
Chicago playoff chances. Bulls playoff chances. The Chicago Bulls have a 17% chance of making the playoffs. And is that less than sign of 0.1% chance of winning the NBA Finals?
Less than 0.1. I laughed because it hurts.
I thought 1% chance was bad.
Yeah.
I was like, is that less than sign 0.1% chance of winning the
They're
NBA
like, if this team somehow makes it into it, there's no way that they're going to go anywhere.
Oh man, I think that made me a lot happier about the Lakers prediction. They're 6th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. What? Oh, that's 2022. Sorry. Oh man.
Basketball is one of those sports though where it always confuses me when people are talking about like the 2022 season. It's like, well, is that last year? Is that this year? Because like technically last year it ended in 2022. This year started in 2022. Like, what's the 2022 season? But I think it's when it starts.
I don't know.
Yeah. See, neither do I.
I was about to be like, they say 22 season and then like 22 championships. But then like the championships the end of the season. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess if you talk about season, you gotta make sure to say both dates.
Yeah,
I guess if you talk about championship.
2023.
If you talk about championship, then you just say 1 year, right?
Yeah.
The year they won it.
Mm-hmm. Who won last year?
Was it the Warriors or the Bulls?
That's what I thought.
No,
definitely not the Bulls.
The Bucks.
Oh, was it Bucks or Warriors? Two very solid guesses. I'm gonna go Warriors. I feel like they're just the safest guess. The Orlando Magic.
Against Boston.
Oh, I remember. Okay.
Oh. Interesting. Stephen Curry against the Boston Celtics. Ooh.
Do you still have your cards? Your basketball cards?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's that one guy doing that you bought like 500 of?
Let me look him up. Let me see. Devontae Graham. He switched teams like 3 times.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is not good. Things are not looking up for this guy. Let's see. Career-wise, yeah, I think the year I bought all his cards were like his best year ever.
Oh God. That's what you want.
So his regular season is like 5.3 points, and his career season was like 11.6. And I think like his best season, he was like 14 points. Yeah, that was his best season. Yeah, I think he's not looking so hard for him.
Of course, that's when you're buying the car. Oh
It
no!
was so bad. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. We'll see.
You can make a nice wallpaper out of them.
There was one house that they're remodeling it, and they took down a wall, and they found like so many basketball cards or just sports cards. Like, I'd be doing it.
That's what I always thought would be cool to find. I'm not that lucky though. Like underneath like a porch is like there's a suitcase under there, but we have to open it up somehow, but there's a lock.
Dun dun dun. I'm like that'd be a good prank, right?
If you would ever prank me like that, I'd be very sad. And it's like I open it up and it's just like a little card, like a photo of you smiling on. It's written like you got pranked.
It'll be all those Devontae Graham.
Yeah.
Who is this player? Is he any good? Let's Google him. His best year was 2018. Oh my goodness. He was like all over the highlights, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It's
one of those things that if you find a gem, it's good, but the gems are rare.
Buy the early goats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are things that the value won't necessarily go down on them.
Mm-hmm. And then if you got in early, it's still up from like the early days.
Mm-hmm.
But they're down from like the high days. So if you bought them like when they were like high, they're going down. But if you bought them like early, they're still up. But that's only for the goats. The rest of the people are just like, pew.
You don't hear too much about cards anymore, though. I feel like that was what everything on TikTok was about, people opening cards, things like that. I feel like the hype has just... And again, we talked about before how it comes in waves, but it's definitely very wavy right now.
Everything. Cards, crypto. I guess you can still somewhat hear about real estate. But the no money down programs are all over. But I think that's also dying down because interest rates for loans have like gone up a large amount. Mm-hmm. That you gotta be really safe for what kind of loans you get out. Sometimes it's like those 0 money down are like cutting it close, but with the interest rate going up, then you can't make it. Yeah. Interesting.
All the fluctuating numbers out there in the world, like so much rides on so many different things that a lot of people have absolutely no control over.
What are your thoughts about the bank failing? Dun dun dun.
I don't really have any two thoughts, and I think the reason why I don't have many two thoughts is just because I don't know enough about it to like form an educated enough opinion. It's I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that you hear about sometimes, but it's always just scary. But again, like I don't know too many of the background details for it to support an argument in any sort of way for it. But what are your thoughts? Because I know you've been doing some headline reading, some research into it.
Headline reading for the most part. No in-depth research.
You've read 5 books about it. I think you published an article on it. You published your own blog.
Oh man, these are my opinions. My opinions only. Take them for what they're worth. Nothing. But apparently, they saw how one article put it. Like they saw their balance sheet. They invested heavily on up and coming startups, right? So they're trying to bankroll on them. But then with the whole tech scene taking a tumble, you're not seeing those crazy growth, and like they're banking on that one company to like repair the rest of them. Yeah. So they saw that, and so I'm not sure if they gave out stocks or some sort of trying to get investors to pour more money into the bank, right? But then everybody else saw through that, and realized, wait, they're low on like their balance sheet. Like, if they go under, why have so much money? And so people just ran to the bank and tried to like take money out. Mm-hmm. And so
that's wild.
That's with any bank. If a bunch of people, it's crazy the amount of money that was transferred that day. They're just like, we're going under. Because, banks don't have the money.
No.
You deposit into them. So
they don't truly just keep it in a back vault with your name on it.
No.
By the time you transfer it in, give it a day and it's gone.
I think that was Friday, and on Sunday, a New York bank also failed because, other fears that the other bank was heavily invested in crypto or something like that, and so people also got scared and pulled their money out because people don't know, like, if a bank goes under. Right now, it's just officially the government just insures 250. But if it's a business and you have more than that,
does
that mean it's gone? But apparently, the government says it's gonna. The depositors of the first bank that failed, they're gonna have their full amount available to them yesterday or so.
And that's when I would just go to like a Chase Bank or like a First American Bank or something that's like super established.
Too big to fail. And hopefully it doesn't fail.
Yeah, seriously.
Because if those fail, oh man.
Yeah.
The whole world.
I wonder what the upside of doing an investment in a smaller bank like that is. Maybe they do lower interest rates or something like that. They don't have too much of a fixed, or I guess, whatever, lower or higher, whatever one's better. I guess lower would be, but maybe it's like they have more freedom to flex the prices on different things that they can offer, different perks, benefits, things like that. Because in my mind, I'm like, if I'm choosing between a small company or a very established one that's not going to like mess up, like I'd go with the bigger one. But there's got to be something there.
The flexibility one too, more personal. They actually talk to the customers rather than like, I'm sorry, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's a policy.
Yeah.
I think they might be a higher interest rate or like a higher savings account, maybe. Because, mine's my money's in the credit union, like Purdue Federal Credit Union.
Yeah,
but I'm nowhere near 250. So I'm safe.
You're not? Oh, I'm only a couple thousand away.
There's a Instagram page or like it's just literally that headline that people asked Giannis like where he kept his money at. Not sure if this is true or not. Okay, it's just one little headline.
Commit to the story.
Okay, they asked Giannis like where he put his money in, and he was like 50 different banks because he wanted to make sure his money is insured. So he just puts in the 250,000 insured from the government money into that bank, and
I mean that's smart.
Years ago, people thought that was like dumb because like, why would a bank fail? But now that bank failed, just like he looks really smart.
Yeah,
and people were saying he's from Greece, and over there banks failed from some time. I don't know the history of Greece. Sorry.
No, go through the history of Greece. Commit to the story. We need the
so in
story.
Greece, banks weren't like that great, and they failed.
Yeah.
And so he just makes sure his money is safe.
Yeah.
Which this past weekend, Americans were very scared.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it too, like let's say he retires. Sure, he could probably get sponsorship stuff, but if he retires and all of his money's in one bank and that fails, he's only getting $250,000 back, and probably what his house mortgage is if he didn't pay it off or whatever, like property taxes, like that can go through quick. So he's doing it a smart way. Which I know a lot of NBA players and NFL players, I guess just professional athletes, have like now like personal financial advisors, just because for the longest time they didn't. And so then there were so many stories about like, oh, I retired and then I went bankrupt because I was just spending all this money and I didn't really understand how to save. And so I know that there's a lot more emphasis on that within just the sporting realm for those people, which is, wow, what a struggle to have a personal advisor to tell you what to do with your millions and millions of dollars, but still.
Well, most people live paycheck to paycheck no matter how much people make.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, it's because you want to just enhance your life however you possibly can.
Mm-hmm. It's like you get a 1,000, 2,000, 5, 10K raise, and then your lifestyle raises by that much. It's like, no! You're like good below that raise.
Yeah.
Save the rest until you could like make use of it. Oh.
Well, just like if you win the lottery, a lot of people, first thing they do is buy a house. It's like, well, why can't you just live where you're living right now, assuming like you have a house or apartment? But it's just like you want to increase all of that stuff.
Oh man. For my sports cards, only the goats really went up or like stayed up. The rest of them went pew.
So that was a touchy subject to bring up then.
I'm just hoping if there's another run like this in like 15, 20 years and the goats all of a sudden like go up like they did before, get out and I'll probably be good by then. Hopefully.
Yeah.
If that works out.
Hopefully.
The goats. But that's it. The goats. Not the up and coming. This next Messi, it's the next Ronaldo. It's like they got 15, 20 more years to prove that. So, but that's where some people would like make the most money. It's like the potential.
Oh yeah.
In them, which addictions, injuries, so many things can go bad. Sudden retirement.
Yeah.
Who is it? Luck.
Andrew Luck for
Andrew
the Colts.
Luck. Like, yeah, some. I'm not sure it was like 50K or 250K that this big card guy had invested in Andrew Luck because he was a surefire bet of like he had all the signs of he was gonna be good, and then all of a sudden he decides to retire. In like his prime years. Yeah, but he was like one of those experienced card dealers. But yeah, I'm not sure.
So it didn't hurt him. It hurt him, but it didn't like bankrupt him.
Yeah, he was like it's part of it. You never know what's gonna happen. Injuries.
Just to be able to shake off that money, like no, it's okay. I'm on to the next one. Like okay, that's when I'd sell it for whatever I possibly could.
People don't want it.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like, but take $1, please. Take something.
Oh man. Yeah. So always keep the goats.
Mm-hmm.
And then crypto. Did you hear what FTX was it? That crypto exchange site?
Oh,
The billionaire guy. He was worth billions and all of a sudden it went downhill and now he's getting sued.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Is he in jail yet?
I'm not sure.
Because I know that they were trying to find him, but he like went abroad somewhere and was just doing a bunch of cocaine and hanging out with hookers and stuff like that while he was abroad, just because he knew as soon as he came back to the States he was going to be arrested. And so then he finally came back, but that was multiple weeks ago, if not months. But I feel like I haven't heard about it in a while.
I think he's going through he has charges, 40 criminal charges. Indictment. So I'm guessing he just is indicted right now, and they're probably gonna get through court soon. Or so. I heard the whole court system takes a while.
What did he do? He took people's money and invested it in other places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he invested in other places. I think he made a coin that it was supposed to be like, this is what it's worth now, but they made that coin themselves, so it really wasn't worth anything.
Yeah.
That's what they said. Huh. And they try to separate the financials towards the company. And so every time they would ask him, like, where's the money? And it's like, well, that side of the company handles that. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
And I think the person in charge of that was like, well, he's the boss, so. She probably turned on him.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. It's like you can only take the grunt of people's comments for so long. It's like, okay, it's not me, it's him. And then I remember he went and he did an interview with Good Morning America, and he was like, he admitted to doing wrongdoings and stuff. Because one of the questions was like, if you could say anything, what would you say? And he was like, oh, I'd say I'm sorry.
La factura? ¿Ah? La factura va a ser en la camioneta azul. Va a ser ¿cómo se llama?
¿Te trajo este muchacho?
Ajá.
En el...
La cosa, la vuelta.
¿Te trajo ahorita?
Ajá.
Gracias.
Oh. Sorry about that.
How unprofessional. This is a multi-million-dollar podcast.
Hey, YouTube's pushing out podcasts more now. They're trying to compete with everybody else. And Spotify...
Get us on that list.
Spotify is also pushing podcasts. And their news feed is like trying to get people more explore more podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, podcasts are getting pushed from all over the place.
If you got a deal from a service site, would you want to get a deal from YouTube or a deal from Spotify?
Talk to both of them and see what they offer.
I pledge no loyalty. I would like to hear the best offers. Come at me with what your top choices, and I will give you my response.
Tell me why I should go with you. Yeah. I think there's some streamers the big streamers, they usually have a fight between Twitch and YouTube. And I think some of them usually say YouTube makes you feel like an actual human being.
Yeah. And the
number.
revenue split on them, too. With Twitch, I'm not sure what it is now, but it used to be like 60-40, that you would get 60, they would get 40. And then there was like a 50-50 push, which got people in an uproar. And I think they changed it again where it's like more in favor of Twitch, which is just making people so upset. And YouTube doesn't have something like that. And so, yeah, I've heard stories just from streamers and stuff.
There's a new streaming platform, Kick. Kick.com.
Oh, yeah. I think it's kind of like Mixer, because Mixer came out to try to be a competitor, and then they got a couple of big names.
Guess what their
Mixer
split is?
went down. 90-10.
Close.
Is it 80-20?
No, higher.
Oh, 100-0?
No, 95-5.
Oh, 95-5. I'm like, 100-0 is ridiculous. They're not getting anything. But so that's definitely what they've got to do on their end, though, in order to get streamers to want to go over to them. Like, it's got to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wouldn't surprise me if Kick does last, that they slowly start switching it up, and then like 80-20, 70-30, and like move there eventually. But
thing is, though, Kick only has that many viewers right now. Yeah, it's 95.5. So they got
like a radio station. Tune in to 95.5. The Kick.
So we'll see. And YouTube, I'm not sure YouTube's revenue split for streamers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or I heard Snapchat's paying their creators.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, for those,
the spotlights or whatever it's called?
Well, not just the spotlights, but for stories.
Oh.
So, you know how you watch people's celebrity stories and an ad pops up every 3 or 4 snaps?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're getting paid for that. And this is from like a source from TikTok, so take that for what it's worth.
Oh, 100%.
They're saying that David Dobrik's getting paid more on Snapchat because of that than he ever was on YouTube. Which I could see that because YouTube kind of banned him for a time for his videos because they were necessarily PG-13 related. Like, oh, but because of those videos, he became viral. He became known.
Yeah.
So now he posts more on Snapchat than he does his actual YouTube channel.
He got canceled for the longest time, and then it's like he went under a rock, and then he came out. It's like, oh, people forgot about it. That's all you need. You just need to last until the next scandal happens.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like the poster boy, and then the other scandals came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking about social media, this is just a friendly reminder for everybody out there. Make sure to change your passwords and set up two-factor authentication. I totally forgot about this topic because I was hacked by somebody in a foreign country. I'm not going to shout out the foreign country in case this person's listening, but know that I know you. I don't know who you are, but I know where you're from.
How did you get hacked?
I don't know. And that's the craziest thing because I think my only guess is they somehow have like a bunch of some way to figure out what accounts are pretty much inactive, because I don't remember the last time that I logged into Instagram, let alone because it was 2010 that I changed my password. And so then I just woke up and I got the message from somebody, and they're like, hey, I think your account's hacked. And I'm like, what? And so I try to log in. I open the app on my phone, and then it pops up with a profile photo and a username that isn't mine. And I'm just like, what the heck? So then I asked Candace, I'm like, hey, can you go into Instagram and like look for me? And like all of the photos that were tagged of me, and it's still tagged, but it has the new username on it. And then she went to the profile, and all of my photos were deleted, and they had 2 new photos that were up there of them. And then they changed the contact information, so there's absolutely no way that I could request it. And so what I think how they did it somehow is they got access to it, then they disconnected it from my Facebook, because there's a way to do that in Instagram to connect Facebook and Instagram. So they disconnected it from my Facebook, and so I couldn't log in using Facebook either. And then they cut off the only way that I could log in. And so when I went to Instagram's like help service, what they do is they say, are there any selfies of you on your page? And then you click yes or no. If you click no, it tells you to call this number, and the number goes straight to a voicemail for Instagram help. So I'm like, okay, well, that's not doing anything. So I clicked yes, and you take a video of like yourself looking in different directions. And then it sent me an email that like we weren't able to verify it. And I'm like, well, of course not, because there's no photos of me on there except unless you look at the tag photos. So it's gone. But again, it's one of those things that I'm fine with it being gone. Like I wasn't ever on Instagram or anything, but I'm just like, oh, that stinks.
So you never like recently logged into your Instagram account, or like when they asked for like an Instagram login and accidentally like put in where it wasn't Instagram?
Nope. If you even asked me what my password was for Instagram, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I was just always able to log in just because I've had it remembered like on my phone for so long. So, yep. Then I went and put 2-factor authentication on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Facebook. Like everything's super secure now.
That's smart. Yeah. Just make sure with a 2-factor authentication, if you use your phone, careful when you get a new phone and transfer everything, because then they ask for the 2-factor authentication. And it's like, my apps are deleted. I can't like 2-factor authenticate it. So make sure you get like the email part too.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen next. I'm not gonna remember that, and then. But yeah, that was fun. I woke up. Candace was like, ready to go to church. I'm like, yep. Wait a second. Looked at my phone, and I'm like, Candace, I don't think I can go to church today. I got to figure this out. So the hacker ruined my church experience on Sunday.
I was trying to figure out. I saw the profile. I'm like, when did I add this person? And like, I see all like the related friends, and it was like all college people. So I'm like, did this person just like change randomly? Like a whole different scene from college to now? Like, what just happened?
Yeah, so, well, the worst part of it is it looks like it's a porn account, essentially. Like, it's somebody that's into that stuff. And I'm like, this just makes it look like that. Like, I was looking for stuff like that and somehow got hacked. I'm like, Candace, why couldn't have this been like a food account or something like that? And she goes, because food accounts don't hack people, Sawyer. That's not what food accounts do. And I'm like, but why?
They put a link or anything up? Oh, they want to message people. I can see that.
That's what I was thinking about. So I'm like, at least they're not pretending to be me. At least they wiped all trace of me from there. They're only using it to get to like the follower base. And so I looked like through Candace's phone. I looked at their like their profile info, and there's nothing there. So they must be waiting for people to like a photo or something, and then reach out to them from there. That's what I'm guessing.
Okay, I can see that.
That's why I was messaging everybody that like I knew that was following me. Like, hey, I got hacked. Sorry. Just don't do anything, stuff like that. And then I always have to say the username, and I'm like, this is just so weird to have to type up every single time. But so it was only you and a couple of people that like I told right away, and then I was like, oh, and I should probably like reach out to all the people that I figure I'm following or is following me on Instagram just to be safe.
Mm. You contacted everybody on your list?
No, just like people that I communicate with regularly. Because like there are some people in there that I probably connected through high school that I've never talked to again. And I'm just like, like I'm not going to reach out because there's again no way that you could track that back to me. And so I'm just like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who it was, and I didn't check the tagged photos. The tagged photos would definitely reveal like who the account was before.
Yeah, so unless I got like a full body gender change.
I think I've had a friend who I met in college had that similar type of like change dramatically, but it wasn't like a different person. It was actually her. And she was going through like this whole phase of like, but close to like nude photos. I'm like, what is going on? When did I add this person? I'm like, she just deleted all her previous photos, then added new photos. Like, what is this?
Just a personality change, kind of with it.
Drastic personality change, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming some people probably got that because since I hadn't posted in a while, it probably was notifying people, hey, this person posted for the first time in a long time. And so that's why I'm like, that's probably another reason why they hack on like inactive people. It's because it sends everybody that notification, most likely. So
it's still they left the pumpkin photo on.
I know. I took a screenshot of it because that was my favorite pumpkin photo that I ever saw. So I screenshotted it before I deleted the app.
Oh man, your Instagram photos are gone.
I know. I told Candace, I'm like, well, go through our tagged photos and screenshot any that you like before you untag me.
Did you share any of them on Facebook?
Mm-mm.
Or was it just strictly Instagram?
It was just Instagram.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, there probably were some recent ones that maybe were on Facebook that are probably still on Facebook then.
Let's see. Soya. Use those established.
Because I'm guessing I probably did some like from the wedding and stuff.
Photos. I think mostly Candace posts my photos.
Yeah. She kind of controls that piece of it.
And Sydney.
Yep. What's the common factor in them? They're both girls in my life that have photos of me.
Yeah, we got Deb in there too.
Oh yeah. Go mom. Woo.
And then Brenda.
Oh, it's Candace's mom.
Charlie pops in times. Ooh, Mark popped in. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I didn't expect I tried to keep them separate sometimes too, which now is a downfall, but I also didn't expect my Instagram to get hacked.
Mark has the pajama party.
Oh,
the pajama party ready.
Is it the shark?
Look at that. Yeah. It's recently. Aww. Got the wedding photos.
This is not go through Source Facebook talk.
Okay. I'll stop. I want to close that page out. Yeah, you did not.
I don't even know the last time I went through my Facebook photos.
Oh, snap.
Every once in a while, I like going through and being like, what's the first photo I ever posted? What's the first status I ever had? Candace was one of those people that did Candace, is hungry. Candace is going home now. Like things like that. When they
Facebook?
always put, yeah, Like, that's always her statuses. I'm just like, I was never that person.
I don't know, for the longest time, I enjoyed doing the, after writing a sentence, the ... After every sentence.
Looking forward to school tomorrow. Can't wait for the basketball game after ...
And then I'm gonna add another sentence to it. So like, and then somebody called me out, and I'm like, I don't know. I just like doing it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it add mystery to it? Like, no, okay then.
I used to do that all the time in texting. I put dots all the time. And I'm just like, Sawyer, stop. Nobody cares about your dots. But I cared.
Wait, why would you do it?
I would do like, okay, ... or like, thanks ... Like, if I was trying to be sassy about things, I would throw dots in there.
I don't know why I thought I added mystery to it, and I loved mystery.
Yeah, no, mine wasn't mystery-wise.
Yeah, just make sure they get my sass. ...
Yeah.
All right, do you have a question of the day?
Who do you, faithful audience listeners, think is going to win March Madness? Because by the time this gets up, the games will already be starting because the games are starting soon. So, Angel, you have to pick your team. I already chose that Texas was my random school of choice.
Ever faithful, ever true. Boiler up.
Purdue. Oh, you're going IU? Okay, so Angel's IU.
I support my school.
Before we end it, how's jiu-jitsu going? We'll end it up with a status update of what you learned each week.
I learned how to tap.
Yeah, hey, there we go.
They don't have like fundamental classes, right? So jiu-jitsu classes are literally, they show you a technique and then you roll, which jiu-jitsu rolling is sparring.
Yeah.
And some YouTubers like recommend like white belts, like first newcomers, they shouldn't full on roll because you have no idea what you're doing. And this is for anybody who's starting jiu-jitsu or getting into it. Make sure you let your partner, your person that you're sparring with or like rolling, that you're new, or else they might just flip you over and tap you out so quickly.
And that's why Angel has a black eye today, everybody.
It's gone now.
Oh my god!
I had a bruise.
You do have bruise?
Yeah. I had like this, like, okay, it was like this big, and like that day, I want to say like 3 inches. So probably more. I don't know. I don't know inches. It was big.
Oh my god! You're gonna be in so much pain, and then your body will get used to it. But it's definitely probably a different type of workout for you than like what your CrossFit is.
Yeah, people were like, "Are you tired of like rolling?" I'm like, "No, not really tired." I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing." It's like,
yeah, I'm too confused to be tired.
I wasn't giving them like a long enough match for me to like, I don't know, like you got me, like you got me, man. Like, ooh. We did have one scene where like they put me in a position where like all I had to do was choke this person out, right? I had my arm around his neck while we were starting, and they're like 3, 2, 1, go. Or like you do a little touch the hands and the fist bump to start the match. Mm-hmm. And so that's all I had to do. And this guy, after a few rounds, he knew I was new, so he literally let me choke him out. I can't choke out people properly. So for 20 seconds, I'm over there like, I'm pulling his neck. And he's just like plain dead, like probably taking some rest time in between other people. And then like he's like, after 20, 30 seconds, he looks up, looks at my wrist, and decides to like push my wrist in, so my wrist hurts. I'm like, ow! And I tap out. That's how easy it was for him. I'm like, oh, that was smart.
He's like, you're putting so much pressure on your wrist, it's gotta be painful. He's like, and here we go.
So I need to learn how to choke out and protect my wrist at all times.
Then I love it. Like, so that's what you went there for. You wanted to learn how to choke people out, so you're getting there.
Yeah, I got choked out. So it's getting there. Yeah.
But stay tuned for next week for another update. We're going to do this weekly.
Okay. Is that it?
But so, question of the day following the weekly jiu-jitsu update is again, who do you guys think is going to win March Madness? And if anybody guesses correctly, I'll personally give you a high five virtually. And Angel will too. You'll get 2 high fives from your 2 favorite podcast hosts. And so again, Angel is choosing Purdue. I am choosing Texas. We will see if neither of us is right who goes furthest in the tournament. Well, knowing our luck, we'll both get out of the same round, but we'll worry about that when it happens. But we thank you all, as always, for taking the time out of your weeks to listen to us. It means a lot. If you guys have anything that you want us to talk about next week, let us know, because we can highlight anything and give you our professional opinions on any topics that you are curious about. And as always, if you have anything that you want us to, improve upon for your listening pleasure, let us know. We are always looking to make things better for you guys audio-wise. But we appreciate, again, you guys taking some time to listen to us talk about a lot of different topics today. But we look forward to talking with you guys more next week. But in the meantime, stay safe. Give somebody a hug. Make sure to tell someone you love them. But we will talk to you guys more next week.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.